Yeah, and it's kind of funny how like the we're doing the whole like old geezer in the crypto space reminiscing kind of thing. Back in my day, we all do this. But at the same time, I do notice with like especially meme coin mania, but also with the Bitcoin maximalist mindset. So kind of both sides of this, what in my opinion, the same speculative coin, there does seem to be a little bit of a lost element. Like the thing that people want is victory. They want the token to pump, they want more integrations, they want everything to, but as far as like the base, the driving factor why is just not quite there. And when you find a lot of that, like when you find any kind of pressure on that, then stuff falls apart. So I really noticed that it's really an interesting time. It's not just Dash. It's not just Hive. It's not just, there's a few others, whether it's Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, or, even I see like the Digibyte folks coming back, the Nano folks. There's like a bunch of communities I'm seeing kind of pop back in and uh, kind of starting to lead the narratives again a little bit, because I think we've gotten into, I'm not going to pick on Solana, but Solana is a great example of the modern day, where it's a great platform that lets you do all kinds of cool new things you want to do. And unfortunately, a lot of that is like helping the president and the first lady of the United States launch a meme coin and dump on people. Watch on that Haktua girl do the same. Watch the meme coin factory. And it's like, from a crypto perspective, it's like great to see the technology used. It's great to see the technology grow. It's great to see capital go into the space. And then at some point, you're going to think, is this, it's like that Rick and Morty thing. Like, what is my purpose? You create meme coins. Oh my God. Like, what is the reason we're all here? And freedom tech is always a thing. And I really hope that we get to um, start really like leading on this thing.
Yeah, and it's just wild, like like you said, like that old geezer talk. Like we've been in this space and pushing these ideals and have obviously been working on this technology for so long. And then you see, these kind of newer projects prop up that have different ideals, but then, gain significant traction and really just kind of bring a massive audience to the things that they're doing. And I do think there's a lot to learn from that. Like I never sit back and I'm like, jealous or pissed off that these other ecosystems are gaining traction, gaining activity, gaining transaction volume, and bringing normies in. I see it as definitely something to learn from and something to kind of reach out to them and collaborate, much in the same way that we've done together. um, Collaborating with these other ecosystems and finding ways to tap into the audience and loyalty that they've built up. I think is generally a good thing. It's you can't just knock people because you don't like what they're doing. I would say, if they're successful at it, there's a reason they're successful at it, and hate it or love it. It's the nature of the space is that it's fast moving, and there's a lot of different people with a lot of different mindsets that come to crypto. So there's many people who come here just for money and to essentially play casino games, with things like meme coins. And the more you kind of understand and tap into that, the better that your, integrations and technology will do in the long run. Because if your goal is to maximize the people using your platform, whether it's with Dash and getting people to hold and spend Dash in the real world, or it's something like Hive where your goal is people power up Hive and are active in a social sense and own their own data. Whether whichever goal you have fundamentally, understanding these other ecosystems is a fantastic way to push forward because the space is always changing. And like I said, those core ideals remain, but from the surface level of things, everything's always changing. So, there's a lot more people now that use crypto like a casino, and you see things like, Poly Market. I mean, literally in the mainstream, I feel like every time I turn on the news, I hear Poly Market. Um, so crypto has really gone mainstream already. But one thing that a lot of us are trying to figure out is, well, we've been building in this space for 10 years. while crypto itself is going mainstream and Bitcoin's gone mainstream and things like Polymarket have gone mainstream, how do we get how do we get those trickle down or downstream effects from everything else going mainstream and bring it back to kind of like that fundamental, you know, dare I say, crypto bro, mentality.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like um, the normie shock troops, as it were, the new people coming in, um, they don't have to care about the principles necessarily, but the foundation has to. The leaders have to. We have to like start from there and then move on and um, make sure you maximize decentralization and other things like that.